Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Monday, July 12th, 2010. Well, folks, the markets are basically on the flat line today. This is all because we're looking forward to the earnings announcements today and later this week from major companies. Earnings season is now underway. As of the close of the market today at 4 p.m., we will get Alcoa. Alcoa, again, a major one kicking off the earnings season. Here we can take a look at the action in the stock right now. You can see the stock is trading just slightly lower on the day. Again, here's where Friday closed, and again, where we currently are trading, just down about 8 cents. Now, the key is to look at the daily chart. You want to see the daily chart to really gauge, is it oversold or overbought going into earnings? And what I'm seeing here, first and foremost, is the stock has come off of drastic decline. You can see the decline starting all the way up here a couple months ago and continuing from really a price of $15 going back to really April to May period. And then from that point on, the market again taking Alcoa all the way down to the level of about $10 or just under. From that point, we bounced back about 10% into the 20 moving average. So if I had to gauge this, you still see an overall long chart oversold situation, but short term it's gotten a little bit of a bounce, which again could negate some of the impact of earnings unless earnings are spectacular. Now, earnings for me, I'm expecting them to come in between 5 and 10 cents per share. If they come in above 10 cents, I think the stock could rally higher. If they come in less than 5 cents, I think the stock could actually drop back down. So watch for those earnings. Also watch projections of future guidance. That is going to be key here. What are the pricing power of the commodities that they sell? I mean, what are the different things going on here underlying? That's going to be a major tell in the basis of what we see in the overall economy and the global recovery. Is it going to continue to be a recovery, or are we going to have a double dip recession based on what's happened in Europe recently over the last couple months? All right, so that's a big one again coming in after the close today. And again, going back to the SPY, you can see the SPY is on par with that. If we go to the intraday chart, the market gap down today, rallied to go positive, then turned back down, sold off pretty sharply right into this key pivot. Notice this key pivot is right here at the 107.15 to 107.20 level. That marks basically the high level from 2 days ago, or 2 trading days ago, going back to last Thursday's close, and then really the lows on Friday, which the market just went sideways all day long, then a little bit of buying pressure into the close. You can see that came right down into that level and then bounced off of it and moved higher. And we're just coming off the highs of the day here. You can see a little double top action from here to here. This key 108 level is a very, very important level. In fact, it's a master number that I gave to my premium subscribers in the Research Center and the Intraday Stock Chat as much as 2 weeks ago. I said, guys, we're going to see a rally. And my partner confirmed this with his turn date. We're going to see a rally coming off the lows here from 101 on the SPY. We're going to go all the way up into this 107.50 to 108 level. That's where the market's going to meet their first significant resistance and stall out for a little bit. Now, the question again is going to be, what do we see from that point on? Do we see the markets pause here and then rip higher, which ultimately down the road I think we do, or do we see a pretty sharp pullback and continuation down towards a double bottom? And again, today's activity, Alcoa's earnings, and then tomorrow Intel reports, that will be very, very key. And this week there are tons of announcements, folks. I mean, today is Alcoa, tomorrow's Intel. Those are the two big players starting out, but then you have JP Morgan, you have Bank of America, you have General Electric, you have AMD, you have Google, I think on Thursday is reporting as well. So tons of earnings reports are going to really shape this market. And while we have a quiet day today, please be ready, because things will kick off over the next few days and really get very, very volatile. And that's great for us swing traders. For those of us that buy something one day and look to sell it the next or the following day, that's exactly what we're looking for here. Now, we've had a huge last couple weeks, huge last couple months in profits. But again, with earnings coming in here, it's going to create that volatility where we're going to make sure we capitalize on that as well. And again, you can be in the intraday stock chat to get the day trades. You can be in the research center to get the swing trades, or you can be in both to get everything. And it's all there for the picking depending on what you want at inthemoneystocks.com. Now, a couple other things to go over here. Let's go to the 60-minute chart on the SPY. Notice how the 60-minute chart rallied off of 101, 102 down here and really went parabolic. Last week, the markets were up 5% for the week or more. And notice how we came right up into this 200 moving average, this gap fill right here. Here's a gap fill. See this big gap right there? So you had gap fill and you also had 200 moving average. And that's exactly why the target was there for where this market was going. And that's why we nailed it. I mean, it's just a couple indicators there telling there's going to be major, major resistance. And sure enough, the market's gone right there. And notice how the market really can't get through that area yet. Now, again, it could be looked at as in spirit of bullish consolidation. The question is, do we need to pull back a little bit more first after such a dramatic move up last week? This week is options expiration, so you generally wouldn't think there would be a huge pullback in this market as there are too many people holding puts and the institutions don't want to pay off those puts, but you could see a little bit of a minor pullback at this stage or another day of pause going into the markets tomorrow ahead of Intel's earnings. And again, we'll find out from Alcoa what we see after the bell today when they report, and I'll be watching that. And again, for those of you that have the alert system, make sure you're signed up for the No Hype Live broadcast alerts. I think we're going to make sure that we send out some key earnings announcements over those text messages and email alerts as well. You can get them live as they come out. We'll send them out. So again, really fascinating stuff with the email and earnings alerts, folks. We're going to utilize it not only to let you know when there's been a new update on the website, but also stream news to you live as it comes out when it's important. And I think that's going to be an added bonus for those of you that are Research Center members. Absolutely. But again, you got to be signed up for the No Hype Live broadcast, as that will be considered somewhat of a text or email alert broadcast. All right, so folks, that's what we have going on here. Again, markets are very, very quiet. Volume is only 86.5 million at this point in the day when it's a quarter after 2. Spot crude again coming into the close at 2:30. Let's touch on that. The USO again is down about 45 cents, seeing a little bit of a pullback after a big gain late last week and mid last week. And again, if we take a look at the GLD, you can see gold is getting hammered here today. Interesting to note on gold, you see this level right here where you have the big gap. Look at this. Here's your gap fill area, and look at where gold is sitting. So really negating all of Friday's move today and just sitting back where it closed from the previous Thursday. All right, folks, that's all for today. Again, join the Research Center, join the Intraday Stock Chat. More plays, more money making to come. This is going to be a big week with the earnings coming out. Be ready. You need this streaming live stuff. We'll see you there. Take care.